Damn, it went on live fast. Because he usually does 3, 2, 1.
Oh, maybe it was excited.
I was super excited.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Ooh, we got Superwoman as the first one joined. Love
Hello.
that. What's up, amazing, beautiful babes? Welcome to Soul Circle.
Welcome to Soul Circle.
Who's new? Anybody? We have our
Anybody
regulars.
new?
Hey.
We love you too. I am Chura. Hello, wonderful human.
She's like, OD
Hi.
is like, I'm always aligned with your lives. Awesome.
Yeah.
What's up, Emily? Who we got on your side?
Hi. What does it
Katie,
mean?
Shar.
You want a question answered?
Sarah, love you guys. Yay, love you too. Sarah.
Oh, I
Party.
love you too. Impressive styles for you. These rooms are filling up real quick.
Who's ready for a juicy Tuesday?
I want to give a quick shout out to Awakening People.
Yes.
To-
Oh, because they share
They
you
share
all the
me all the
time, and
time.
they're so
Spiritually
amazing.
Awakened Soul.
Mwah.
The Higher Self Led by Heart.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me just write something here. Follow the wonderful.
Yeah, how do you do that? You guys all know, everybody on my side already knows Phil, right? Or do you guys, if not, definitely go follow. We got hearts on that. Awesome. I know you know how to like, yay, following. How's everybody over here? Loving you guys so much. We're going to get started in a second. As soon
Yeah,
as
we are.
Phil is, oh, that's right. And then you hold it down.
I'm just going to pin the comment. Et voila, people.
Should I do that on my end?
You should totally do that
feel
on
like
your
I
end.
totally should. Okay. Give us a second. All right, now you guys have to
So
pause.
happy to be with you guys tonight.
I know.
Aw, thank you, the Infinite Possibilities. I love you too. I love your vibe. Thank you. Hello, Jade. Hello,
Yeah.
Sean. Oh, yeah. Sarah and I were talking about wanting juicy questions tonight.
Yes.
So. Thank you,
All
Kelly.
And then I hold it. Oops, hang on.
Then you kind of like click it quick as opposed to holding it down.
There. Nope.
My
What's
name,
up, booty?
You said Phil Hood.
No, Phil. Jesus Christ.
She said follow.
Autocorrect.
She said Phil Hood life.
Phil Hood.
Phil Hood. That's my
That's your what?
what's that ego thing?
Your
Everyone
ego?
has their.
Oh,
No.
your shadow?
No.
Is Phil Hood your shadow?
No, what's it called when someone has like that, like Beyonce has.
An
Sasha
alter
Fierce.
ego.
Alter ego. It's my alter ego is Phil Hood.
Phil Hood is your alter
That's
ego.
when I get ghetto.
Okay, hang on. Let me not autocorrect this.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Alter ego. Thank you, Char.
You
Phil
got
in
an
the
alter
hood.
ego saying hello. That's awesome. Okay.
There you go. Alter ego.
There. Now, pin
Thank
comment.
you.
There we go. Got it.
Let's do this!
Holla.
Yay!
All right. Now, if my phone won't fall, that would be great.
We're so happy to have you guys. Let's start with a great question on either end.
Juicy. Let's talk about. What
Let's
do we
talk
want to
about like some like
Let's talk about
relationships.
sex, baby.
Yeah.
Love, relationships.
Hey Bruno, much love.
Let's see.
Impressive styles. Do you have a question for me or us?
Oh, nice. Just call it out.
She's showing so much love, so I'm like,
I
you know
love
what?
it. Look at all these hearts. Oh, we got double hearts at the same time. You guys are amazing. We love you. What do we got? Oh shit, mine's not scrolling. Hang on.
How do we not get jealous?
Ooh.
Well, the first thing is you want to ask yourself, why are you getting jealous? Usually that is it results from insecurity. And
Yes.
insecurity is a product of...
Resentment.
And resentment is a product of...
Resentment is a product of, well, it loops back around to insecurity.
So, jealousy, insecurity.
Thinking something that you don't have and that you, okay, let me say it this way. This is how I define it, right? We have, each person has the essence of anything that you would possibly want. So the essence of confidence, the essence of play, fun, joy, the essence of love, whatever it is, right? And so then we only have what we're in resistance to and what we're in acceptance of. So if you're in resistance to something within you that you see in another person,
that is threatening your fabricated sense of self.
Your fabricated sense of self, exactly. And then you're going to get jealous that that person has it because you think that you don't have it, and really you do. You just have a resistance to whatever that essence is.
And so we would then get jealous so that we can then control the person into behaving a certain way so that we can feel secure.
Or passive aggressively project something onto them, like, oh, you have that and I don't. Blah,
exactly.
blah, blah,
and we do this with so many things in life. It's kind of like it's a Tylenol that you pop to mask the pain, and we think that we have to pop something external when really the solution, the remedy, is inside.
No more pills.
So the wonderful thing about feeling jealous is that
it's wonderfully reflective.
It kind of points back to it allows you to retrace to an event that caused you to feel insecure.
Yes.
So, and then there was a split that took place in your mind, right? That was polarized. Fragmentation.
I like that word.
And so then by default, your external reality is going to mirror whatever is still fragmented.
Ooh.
Oh. Hey. So your external reality is going to reflect in you what is still fragmented so that you can then glue it back together. It's like taking a thread to bind it all together, and that thread is usually self-compassion, self-love.
Bring your fragments back.
Bring your fragments back home, releasing judgment.
Yeah.
And I feel like judgment is a big thing.
Judgment is a byproduct of jealousy.
And jealousy is a byproduct of insecurity.
Yes.
And insecurity is usually a byproduct of anything that made you feel like you were not worthy of something.
Yeah.
And so then you needed to then overcompensate to put on a certain image. And whenever that gets threatened, which is threatening your fabricated sense of self, you take it out on the person, or you think that the world is punishing you in some way, when really the world is just educating you. It's showing you what it is that you need to address, a deep-rooted issue. And truly, this planet has made it quite easy for us, even though it doesn't always feel that way. But the way that planet Earth is designed is that it's constantly showing us what we still have to clear in our subconscious or in unconscious. If we were on a planet where we have to do all the internal work without an external reflection, that would be very difficult. Right?
You could, but you could only get so far. You can only reflect yourself back to yourself to a certain extent. That's why we have relationships.
That's why we're relational beings, and SERAH says that all the time.
Love it.
And so, yes, if you're a monk or if you're meditating all day and you know how to connect to that shadow side and then fill in the blank with that liquid paper. I don't even know if you can,
But if you were a monk, you would be like up on this beautifully peaceful, Tibetan mountain.
Yes.
Not having the stress of traffic and the stress of,
True.
figuring each other out in relationships, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that that's like
no,
everything is stressful, but you don't have the ups and downs
exactly,
as much.
and we do have to lend validity to the monks because they are the ones who might be guiding you from that mountaintop to not be stressed on the road. So they're balancing the field of the planet.
Yeah, they're like holding the field, sort of. Or I don't want to say projecting, but
I feel like they're constantly recalibrating the field.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they're tuning into the collective and then spreading light into those areas that are devoid of light, which then allows for more balance to set in on the planet.
Dig that. They're like little crystals.
They're like little crystals.
Only badass crystals.
Badass crystals.
Okay, cool. Good question. We're bringing up jealousy tonight. That's dope.
Jealousy.
And it's like, what are you really jealous of?
Right. Like, seriously, right?
What's this? I've been seeing a guy for a year now. He might have to move out of state eventually, wondering if we will stay together long distance or not.
He might have to move out? Is that
eventually.
What you said?
So they've been seeing each other for a year. He may have to move out of state eventually, wondering if they'll stay together long distance or not.
If you're wondering if you're going to be together in a year from now, you've just removed yourself from your alignment because you're projecting into the future.
The fear.
So that's not the heart. The heart is telling you, it's denoting that you love this man, that you're enjoying the moments that you get to share with him. And as we know, all moments are fleeting. So if you can appreciate and embrace every moment that you get to have with him, then you know you're operating from the heart. But if your mind starts to click online, or it starts to come
what
online,
if this happens?
yeah,
Oh no, what if we don't end up together? Then you're
totally
projecting that into the future.
Yeah.
So just hold space for what it is that you want to create together.
Yes.
Have communication about it. Because I almost want to say, like, you both in the relationship, you're in control of whether that's going to be successful or not.
So you're a powerful woman. You're very powerful. And so the other thing is, we want to, I would say, hold the emotional space for whatever it is that's going to unravel in the dynamic, and enjoy it for what it is. You know, it's like, why strip yourself of joyfulness and happiness the next year and break it off now, when you guys can still have lessons to learn together, or love to share between each other.
Yeah,
so
you have no idea what's going to happen. Like the eventual, God, we wouldn't do anything if we were sitting here worried about the eventual.
We wouldn't. I mean, God,
relationships or anything.
The universe has a plan for you guys. God has a plan for you guys, and that plan is not for you to know now. If anything, it's to teach you how to be more mindful
in the present moment within the relationship, totally. And then not have fear of, not have attachment to the outcome of whatever would or wouldn't happen.
Yes.
Whatever that fear is. Dope question. Love that. Hope that helps. Awesome. Let's go to your side.
Do you believe in karma? Absolutely. I believe, I always say that karma is like a credit card. I call it the karmic credit card. And whenever you deceive people, or you're dishonest or untruthful, you stack on debt. And then usually you come back in another lifetime to hopefully clear that debt. So, but
and in this lifetime, you can clear karma in this lifetime.
You can absolutely drop your karma. And I also believe in good karma. So I believe that if you give to people, then you're filling up your spiritual bank account with credit. And so that's going to return to you in some fashion. So absolutely, I believe in karma. And I actually feel like this planet is teaching us how to drop karma. It's teaching us how to release all of that, those old programs. So yes, karma does exist.
And speaking of, we just got a question over on this side. How do you clear your karma?
Interesting. Would you like to?
Yeah, because I do karma clearings. So I believe that with anything, whether it's patterns that we have, or habitual behaviors, or unconscious behaviors that we would like to transcend, including then karma, there's a timeline dynamics technique. Seriously? Why is it paused due to poor connection? Hang on, guys. We're getting this weird poor connection thing again.
Is it on now?
Give hearts on Phil's side.
Okay, good. It's on.
Okay, cool.
What network are you on? Did you choose a different network than me?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I can check. But clearing karma, as well as patterns or anything like that, doing a sort of deep hypnotic work to find out, to like go into the Akashic and go into those past lifetimes. You can access the lifetimes through different techniques like that. The most important thing is finding the lesson in the karma. That's what usually clears it, because ultimately karma is a lesson that we hadn't learned in a previous lifetime that we've now, or are now experiencing in this lifetimes, to then learn the lesson. So if you go back to that past lifetime, doing it in a really safe way so you don't take on any emotional, potentially negative emotional wounds or anything that could have happened in that past lifetime, you can do that in a really safe way. Safe just meaning you don't want to open up any, because some lifetimes we've done some maybe not so amazing things, and we don't want to like reopen that wound.
Totally.
So you want to be able to look at the information, look at that lifetime, see the experience, or even feel the experience, and then get the lesson from it. And then there's a specific process on releasing that. And usually people feel lighter or more clear.
Are you, because I think my audience is dropping, are you guys seeing me right now?
Did everybody, because they jumped over onto mine. Is Phil's, everybody that's on Phil right now, will you guys do hearts and let us know if you can see Phil's?
If not, I can just do a quick reboot.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do a quick reboot.
Okay. Should I stay on this one?
It's totally up to you.
Did that one save, though, or not?
I'm going to do, no.
He's going to reboot on his super quick, so...
Super quick.
Yeah, Phil's paused.
But you checked, are you on Magic Castle?
Let me check. Okay. All right, let's pause, guys. Hang on. I'm not going to go off. I'm just going to... it won't let me without getting off. Ooh, technology. Aren't we almost on a Mercury retrograde, too?
I think so.
Wonderful technology. I know, and it's been doing this like every once in a while. Because we are on 2 separate networks, but sometimes technology likes to do that. Mercury retrograde shadow period, exactly. Yeah, we're in what? Then the first week, we'd have to be in the first week of the shadow, I think.
Do you think, stay on yours, yeah?
Yeah.
What, can you give me...
Yeah, Sean's like, I'll be waiting, no worries. Cool. 818.
209?
9206. It's okay. Okay, pausing super quick. You guys are so amazing. Thank you. See, they're like, take your time.
Yay.
You guys love us. You're patient. Appreciate it. We're here for you.
Awesome.
Why would somebody do that? Why are you typing the numbers that I just said? That's, come on now.
Okay.
All right. Phil's going to see if he can jump on his again. So anybody that was on mine, maybe jump over onto Phil's and see if it's working okay.
Perfect.
Now.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah. So we're on live.
Yay. Cool.
All right.
Oh, this one's interesting.
All right, let's start.
Do we want to go there tonight?
How do we protect ourselves from dark magic? Okay, very good question.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about what, like entities and stuff like that.
Well, the first thing is that dark magic can't affect you if you don't have an attachment to what the person is doing to you.
Oh, I like that.
So if
That's nicely said.
Thank you. If they're threatening some sort of like insecurity in you, or you're still a people pleaser and you care about what people think of you, and they cast a spell on you, then of course it's going to affect you.
Yes.
But the thing is, if you are not in vibrational alignment with what they're trying to put on you, then you cannot receive dark magic. You cannot. So if anything, this quote unquote curse that they're placing on you is actually a teacher.
Yeah.
Because it's showing you, it's teaching you how to locate that very limiting belief system that you still have that needs to be erased.
And it's trying to activate then fear, and fear perpetuates that lower vibrational field that dark magic is also sticky in. Whenever, and this can work with like even negative vibes too.
Yeah.
If you like, if you live in an apartment or a house or something, and then you move and you have to like, your mail gets sent there, and then you need to do like a return to sender if your mail is getting delivered at your old place. I like that. So you can energetically do that if you feel it, and keeping in mind not to then project or assume where you think it's coming from, because it could be. Like we don't ever want to like project that then back onto whatever person, because then that's judgment and
exactly.
Like, and all that
you
stuff.
freaking read my mind right now. It's crazy.
And so without projecting that, or without assuming whoever it is, let's just say it's just kind of an ucky feeling.
Yep.
Let's just leave it at kind of a neutral space like that. Just do okay, is this mine, or did this originate from me, or did it not originate from me? And that's really good for empaths and stuff too. And then say, okay, if this did not originate from me, then call upon, your energetic team, your guides, or just the collective in and of itself, since all energy continues to move. And then just say, this is not mine. Please return it to the sender.
Yeah.
You don't even have to know who
I
it is.
refuse
or
to be
where
the
it's from.
recipient.
I refuse. Yeah,
But
I'm
but
not presently available for this.
Yeah, and I have found, like,
energetics.
because I've spoken to a lot of clients who are like, Phil, I think this person's put a curse on me. Like, what do they
I've
call
heard
it? A
that so
hex
many-
or a hex? A hex on me. And then they're like, I can't believe she's doing that. And when they're doing that, they're playing the victim. So as long as you're still in victim, you're still logged into the reality of duality.
And even by saying that, to a certain extent, that's already putting a hex on yourself.
Exactly.
Because you're already then in acceptance of that being able to take place.
The only curse that exists is the curses that we place on ourselves.
Ooh.
If you are untruthful, if you are dishonest in your life, if you do someone wrong or you're deceptive in any way, in any capacity, you are placing a curse on yourself.
That's
And
karma.
you're going to have to undo it, and that's what karma is. So to me, karma does equate to curse.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to undo that and reverse it. How do we reverse a curse? Reverse curse. How do we reverse a curse? We
send it with compassion.
We send it with compassion, and we forgive ourselves.
And forget. Oh, that's
self-forgiveness.
So good. How many times do we like hear about like, oh, we have to forgive that person?
Yep.
But then we don't forgive ourselves for however it was that we caused that to bring into our awareness.
Totally.
Or the thoughts that we had around that, or the judgments that we had around that. Like all of that just needs to be like, God, I forgive myself for doing that.
And also, if you're
really
affected by a curse, there is still a oil leak within your auric field that needs to be patched. Okay, so remember that. You need to divinely declare your space. This is my body, this is my mind, this is my soul, and I am impervious to anything that has an impure intent. Mm-hmm. I cannot be affected by that because I hold my space. I hold my own. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people struggle with holding their own, and that's why they're constantly absorbing energies, internalizing other people's crap. And the way that we're going to free ourselves of that is to really declare the space.
Stop swallowing crap.
Stop swallowing crap.
It's like bad food.
It is like bad food.
And then it gives you a stomach ache.
And then it gives you like...
Yeah.
It blocks you from manifesting and...
Yeah.
All these things.
It creates all the blockages everywhere.
We don't want that.
We don't want that.
May the channel be clear.
Yes. I'm liking these questions.
Yeah, these questions are really good. Let's take one on my side.
Yeah.
Let's see. How do I energetically detach myself from an ex-boyfriend? Well, first, you have to start taking the funding away from all of those thoughts that you fed. If you've been feeding into this story that you may get back together, or that he may try to do this and he may do that, and you're going back and forth in your mind like a ping pong match, then you're not serving it. You're actually feeding into it. What you want to do is take your power back, right? It's kind of like when you have like a tincture and you try to pull it out, you have to take all that liquid back out. So your energy, you have to take your power back from that dynamic, or else it's going to continue to affect you telepathically and emotionally. So I would say, yeah. Oh my God. Let me try to go on the network.
Okay. We're pausing again. Dude, this is so hilarious because it's like I'm using an older, like, second phone and it's not pausing. And this new phone, your phone, which is newer, I think. Well,
now I'm on the, I went on the AT&T network, so it should be okay.
Got it.
Let me know, guys. I logged off of Wi-Fi. I think that because me and our Wi-Fi's are together, like so close. I think that could be intercepting.
It could be.
But I'm now on the AT&T network. So give me hearts if you can see me now. At least the numbers are picking up. So give me, I'm on AT&T now. I logged off of Wi-Fi. If you can give me hearts if you can see me now.
So did you finish your thought?
Oh, good. They can see me now.
Cool. Was that complete for you? Did you finish your thought on that?
The thought was, oh no, it wasn't complete. The thought was, how do I disconnect from an ex-boyfriend? You just have to start focusing on your future and focusing on what you're wanting to create. Because every time you turn around and you focus on what was, you're not propelling forward on your journey. You need to start really feeding that future
that
self.
forward momentum. Yeah, who you're becoming.
Yes.
One of like we've talked before about like, oh, how do we let go of this, and how do we let go of this person or whatever it is, emotion, person, whatever.
Exactly.
The best absolute way to let go of something, one, the more that you keep saying I need to let go of something, you keep reinviting it into something in your present that then you need to let go of.
Exactly.
So your focus is still on the past versus, you know, to kind of mirror onto what you're saying, your main focus needs to be on your future, who you're becoming, what you're up to doing, what you're up to creating, and use that forward momentum to propel you.
As opposed to being diverted from your life's mission.
Yeah, and you're constantly like looking over your shoulder into the past.
Is it self-loving? Is it self-loving to continue to wallow in something that's finished? It's finished. You guys,
there's something called the pain body,
it's
which
the pain
people
body.
get addicted to sending emotions to, or you know, the emotions activate the pain body, and then it becomes an addiction, like a drug.
Exactly.
So I would say give yourself, like I usually tell clients too, it's like give yourself time to honor the emotion. If that's a day, awesome. Spend a whole day just diving into that emotion and just feeling like absolute crap.
Yes.
But then set a time that then you're going to be done with that, and then focus on something new in the future.
If the universe is trying to hold your hand and take you to a place that's magnificent, and if you're busy still trying to hold your ex's hand, then how can the universe take you there?
Yeah.
How can the universe take you to your desired destination if you're so
you're like
fixated?
Not getting on the plane.
You're not. Like you're hopping.
There's a plane ready to go to like Fiji, and you're like, but wait,
I need to. No,
let's go to Fiji.
Let's go to Fiji. So
that's awesome.
Yes.
I think that kind of couples with this question too. So I still feel my cords with that man are not cut. And the fact, so it maybe have, like from a comment earlier, and the fact that he cheated on me and his fiance, is like an obsession for me.
And the fact that he cheated on me and his fiance,
he
cheated
know
on her
anything.
and his fiance, is like an obsession for me. What do you mean it's an obsession?
That she keeps, so she feels like the cords aren't cut. So she's still having that like attachment and running. So what you're doing is you're running the same story over and over again, and the pain is then coming up.
And then you wanting to know her to know who he is, you're going to create unnecessary karma for yourself. That's their cross to bear. You know, that's his cross to bear. And oftentimes we get overly involved with people's journeys, and we have to always remind ourselves that God has them where God needs them. And it's not our responsibility to always interfere with people's journeys.
Right.
Like everyone is exactly where they need to be right now.
Yeah, it's like now this other fiance, she has that's her lesson now.
Yep.
And it's like, yes, of course, because then, you know, the kind of sisterly side of us comes up, and we're like, we want to support other women and letting
100%.
other women know like this dude is a douche.
Exactly.
And that may or may not be your responsibility.
Yep.
And you could get yourself into so much more just sticky like stuff with that. And I would just say focus on the lesson that you learned with this.
That you're still learning because you're still involved.
Still learning. Yeah. Well, she's upset too. And so it's
which is understandable.
100%. And it's like, how could this happen? Like just all of the conversation that you're saying in your own mind.
Yes.
But in a way, every time that you bring your attention back to that, it's almost like you're picking at the scab.
Yes.
And so then it's not internally healing. And that's why you're like, okay, the cords aren't fully cut yet, because you keep going back and reattaching every time you think about why did this happen, how did this happen, and whatever other conversation you're having in your own mind of shaming and guilting yourself. We all do it.
When the universe, when your higher self or the universe drops divine knowledge on you, and it's just a knowing, like you know something about someone or something, take that information and keep going forward.
Yeah.
I always
focus on your future.
This is how I look at it.
Fiji.
Focus on Fiji. This is how I look at it, you guys. Like if you have a garden and your neighbor has a garden, and like oftentimes we want to go plant seeds in other people's gardens, right? But the truth is, if you keep planting and embellishing your own garden, the neighbors around you, they know where to find you. They will knock at your door for gardening tips. You understand? So
I love your analogy.
So I'm just saying, like, so often we're like, how am I going to awaken this person? How am I going to change this person? Focus on your garden, embellish it, and they know where to find you.
Unless, of course, you have a purple thumb, like me. I do not have a green thumb. Total side thought. That was an awesome analogy.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
That's good.
Yeah, totally. I want to say one other quick thing to her with the cutting of the cords, though.
Yes.
Everybody, and I'm sure we've probably said this in a previous video, so, and you guys always go back and, you know, because some of these questions come up again, so go back and watch our other videos.
Totally.
We do have a new, for those of you that don't know, we have the Compass, a new YouTube channel where
and you can click the link in our bios
yeah,
to go find that.
Exactly. But with that, as far as the cords go, visualize, instead of cutting a cord, because then now you have a dangling cord and then the other person has a dangling cord, which is still picking up those emotions energetically. So pull out the hook from your heart, from even maybe your root chakra, sexual hooks, and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. Seal it, give it love, give it, you know, just gratitude and nourishment and no judgment, and just feeling into what those emotions are and 100%. Just giving so much love to it. And then, you know, you can, if you want to, see the hook in them, pulling that out and then giving that love, even though despite whatever they've done, whatever their behavior is, because everybody's, no matter what their behavior is, they're always operating from some level of hurt underneath that then causes them to do whatever hurt behavior or whatever behavior then hurts you.
And this is something I'd like to interject as well, is like, whenever we have that fight of the angels and demons in our mind, like I'm thinking about him and I don't want to be thinking about him, or I want to move but I don't know, it's a fragmentation, but that means that you haven't fully committed to a decision. Okay,
which means you haven't fully committed to a decision of you.
If you once you commit to you and to what you're trying to make, you're a maker of your reality, right? Then there's no more room for that, because you're deciding to take a stance as opposed to being a fence sitter, and the universe does not like fence sitters. It wants us to pick a side. So pick a side, be committal, and that in itself is going to close that portal that you have with them. Yeah. I hope that helps you guys.
I totally agree with that. And it doesn't mean that everything's black and white, but just don't be gray.
Don't be gray.
Don't be gray.
Well, because think about it, like when we're gray, then. Yeah, you're sending a very confusing signal to the universe, and the universe is like,
it's like, oh, I want that. Oh, but I don't want that.
Yeah, the universe is like, we want to extend that to you, but we don't know what you want. Right. Like, please be clear, and then we'll give you that.
And even though, and I think this is important to say too, your conscious mind might be saying, no, I don't want that. That person hurt me. But your unconscious mind, which the pain body is associated to, is saying, oh, yes, feed me with this, you know, negative emotion that picks open that wound constantly. Yes. So you have to be more in control of how the subconscious and the pain body is operating, and not give into those emotions and thoughts and anything that then will feed that energy.
And if you want, you can let the emotions just drive you into exhaustion. Like, get so exhausted that you eventually you're over it.
That's a good point.
You know, like...
I think that's kind of why I say, I'm like, give yourself time to just go into the emotion.
Yeah.
Until you're like, okay, I'm sick of feeling this way. Right. This is, now I'm over it. Now I'm annoyed at myself.
Exactly.
Like, get annoyed with feeling... you know, not inspired.
When things are being extracted from you, like they're being pulled out of you, that is evolution. Like you are, you know, clearing so many energies. It's a purging.
Yes.
So someone just texted me and was like, were you just thinking about me? No, I wasn't. I'm on live. No offense, but
somewhere maybe
somewhere interdimensionally I was thinking about you, but consciously I'm here. But yeah, so what was I saying? I was saying that like
oh my god, that totally lost my train of thought too.
You guys, what was I saying?
I think that means that we
let the thoughts exhaust you.
Oh, right.
You have to get to that breaking point where you're like, I'm done. I surrender. There's nothing left in me. And I was saying that you are evolving.
Yes.
When those energies are being pulled out of you.
Yes.
You're evolving when you're meditating because you're ascending, like consciously choosing to ascend. Yeah. But you're also evolving when that purging is taking place.
Yes.
I hope that helps.
One person's like, yes, how do I stop that? It's emotional management.
Yes.
You
gotta
have to
manage your energy.
Manage your energy, manage
Contain
your emotions.
Contain it. Contain it, right? So mastery is about containing your energy, and then while you're with people, you can go inside without infecting them with what you're dealing with in that moment, and making the necessary adjustments.
That's so on point.
Yeah.
I think, did everybody catch that?
Did you guys catch that?
Because that's really, really important. That's like, don't project onto other people like, oh, you're feeling a certain way and now you have to like lash out or take it out on somebody or just be in a bad mood or whatever. It's like, own your shit.
First, contain it.
Contain it.
Then manage it.
Think of it as like fire. You're like, shit.
Yeah.
Or like a bomb. Ooh. So you have to contain the bomb, put some like protective padding around it. The bomb being your emotions, your thoughts, and all that stuff that wants to explode.
Right.
And contain it, and then deal with it.
Go inside and make the adjustments.
Yes. And making the adjustments by, okay, what am I feeling right now?
Tracking it.
What am I making those feelings mean?
Feeling
so what's
it.
the thought that
I feel like we're on a show.
Step
Tracking
by step,
it, feeling it, acknowledging it.
Give it gratitude for showing up and giving you like it has a message for you.
It has an expression.
Why?
Don't make it bad.
No, don't judge yourself.
Because then you're shaming it.
Yes.
You're shaming the expression.
And then it gets madder.
And
then the bomb gets bigger. And then it's harder to contain.
It is. So, contain your energy, you guys. That's what mastery is about. Good, Lena.
Handle it yourself. That's what we mean by, like, you have to unpack your own bags. You have to disarm your own bombs.
Okay, I got it. You have to unpack your own bags. Yes. And then when you get packets of information in the moment, you have to unpack that packet of information privately.
Yes.
And then...
We're still going. And then
doing it.
And then pause. Do you guys remember? Oh my God, I'm gonna totally like date myself here. Did you ever have that? What was it in like kindergarten or something? That whenever there was a fire drill, it was like stop, drop, and roll.
No.
Do you remember?
Oh, at the schools.
Yeah, at the schools. Yeah. It was like stop, drop, and roll. I'm an 80s kid, so stop, drop, and roll. You had to like if there was a fire or something, right? So this is like stop. Instead of drop, it's like go inward.
Yes.
Figure it out,
yes,
and then roll and continue moving forward with a different action based on a different emotion because you've already dissolved and disarmed whatever explosive emotions.
Ooh.
So then you can go.
Kind of like
stop,
you get the emotion,
go,
rewind, pause, track it, whatever, and then resume.
And then resume, yeah.
Yep.
It's like the recorder on a movie or something like that. Awesome. I hope that made sense.
I hope that makes sense.
That was a lot. But I think that was good action steps. Was that clear? I think that was clear.
I think that was clear. Let's get another question, you guys.
Yes. Yeah, we got hearts to confirm that that's clear. Okay, cool. This is almost like it's not an easy answer, but how do you know to continue to fight for the relationship? Are your values aligned?
Are your values aligned? Yes. And then the other thing you can do is like close your eyes, ask yourself, is this rekindlable? Like, are you able to rekindle this?
I think everything can be rekindled though.
Okay. If you know for sure that you love this person and you want to make it work, then I would say that absolutely, try to work on it.
Yeah.
Try to reconciliate and through self-love, right? Because people feel when you're in control of your emotions. They feel when you're holding yourself accountable, and that creates the necessary space for them to come into a higher version of who they are.
Yeah. Usually with relationships, it's like, okay, if there's like the stagnation, it's like, okay, what hasn't been acknowledged? So either you haven't been acknowledged or you haven't acknowledged them the way that they want to be acknowledged.
Right.
values not being aligned,
Right.
for life and then separately for the relationship, because we have values for ourselves independent of relationship. And then usually there can be conditioned responses now. Like we get programmed within relationships, actually. And we can actually even get programmed to our partner's faces. So let's say that you guys get into an argument, and then you're looking at each other, right? And then that's triggering or creating a unconscious pattern of that emotion related to seeing your face. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
And that can even then happen where, let's say it's not related to you.
Right.
Let's say you're at work or your partner's at work, they have a bad day, and instead of leaving their, work and junk emotion stuff at the door before they enter in back home to you, then they're taking that emotion with them, and then as soon as they see you, that emotion gets then triggered and anchored with like your face.
Yep.
So then the next time that you guys see each other, you could not even be in an argument at all, but there's this unconscious pattern that emotion that they had related to work is now associated with your face.
100%.
Or you're associating your emotion with their face.
Totally.
So you need to collapse those things. That's a separate process.
Totally.
So, but...
Good.
Basically find out if your values are matching.
Yeah.
But I believe connection can always be reestablished.
Absolutely.
If both people want it. Let's see.
Hey, Bridget.
That's for you. That's for you. Do you want to take that?
What is it? Phil, is he my true love? Should I move on with him or wait for the real love?
Oh.
If you're asking that, there's probably a real love waiting.
Right.
So
That's
it's kind of like an absolute. When you meet someone, it's like, wow, I feel something so powerful here, so profound, that it's like, yeah, that should be, it becomes an absolute. Like, there's no question that I have to explore this. And so if you're questioning, it's probably not the one. And
doesn't mean that they can't, you can't,
you can't take something from it. You can take something from it.
Totally. But if it's not the everything, if you're already feeling like it's not everything that is aligned for you, then don't dive in deeper.
Yeah. Because then you're going to mislead him.
Right.
And which is karmically, it's karmically, it's not the wisest, the most sensible choice to do is to mislead somebody.
Totally.
So maybe take a pause, maybe take a time out, like a Kit Kat break, and and just kind of reassess where you're at, Awesome. And if in the next week or two, because when we're highly involved with someone, that connection is very prominent. So sometimes we have to take a step back to let it dissolve a little bit, to get back to who we are.
Yeah. So
to have more clarity of mind.
Yourself in the relationship and losing yourself in. Yeah. If you feel like it's pulling you out of your alignment with yourself.
Yes.
Then that's not good either.
Exactly.
And no relationship should ever pull us out of an alignment. Relationships are complementary to our life, not the completion to our life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Relationships are complementary to our life, not the completion to our life.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Dope.
All right. Have you done one on your side yet? What do we got here? Juiciness. Let's get a really yummy, juicy one. What do you have on your side?
When you're at a crossroads in life, how do you know if you should act upon emotion, spirit, or what's logical? I feel like when you're at a crossroads in your life, how do you know if you should act on spirit or what's logical? I feel like you should always act on spirit.
That was just gonna
because that spirit, the logical mind is very linear and it doesn't see what's above. It only sees what it knows.
Right. And what's like right in front of you.
Exactly.
And that can be based on judgment, that can be based on fears, that can be based on all.
It's biased. But if you follow that internal compass of spirit, then that will lead you to wherever you need to go next to learn the next lesson. That will then be the stepping stone to the next place.
Yes.
So always follow spirit, you guys. Like, especially now, there's so much like beautiful energy that is here to assist us.
Yeah.
And if we can just continue to follow spirit, we will land on on where we want to be.
You will reach your ultimate. We were just having this conversation too. When you can trust, which I know is a big word for everybody, especially in trusting in spirit, something that we can't tangibly see. But if you can tap into that and feel it through your heart and your higher mind, which your higher mind is also connected to the heart of your higher self. So if you can tap into that and following that, you'll reach your ultimate level of fulfillment.
Exactly.
If you're only following your mind and logic, yeah, you might accomplish, whatever that logical thing is that you're going after, but is it going to give you that ultimate level of fulfillment? And which one has more value to you?
And this person is saying, but the spirit is not letting go of a toxic relationship. Your spirit is not in a toxic relationship. No. Your mind and your ego is in a toxic relationship.
Yes.
The spirit is untethered. It's not weighed down by the heaviness of this density of this reality. So
your spirit's trying to guide you
out of the
relationship. Your mind and your logic is the one telling you whether you should stay in it or not.
Right.
And that could for whatever reasons.
That's distorting your thinking. That's why you think that,
100%. That's why you think that. That's why you think that.
That's why you think that.
Feel that. Okay.
Should we end? Or
where are we?
Do you want to keep going?
Almost. I think we should. Yeah, we only got like 10 minutes.
All right.
I know. It keeps cutting out for some reason.
Yeah.
We're Mercury retrograde, guys, or shadow, excuse me.
Shadow.
I'll answer this one super quick. What do you think about 432 Hertz healing music? Yes, 100%.
100%.
Our music was, there goes back in, if you research it, our music is not meant to be recorded in 440. Vibrationally, 432 Hertz, I'll just say I believe. One multiplied by itself is the speed of light, 2. And I believe that 432 Hertz is the natural rhythm and flow of the whole universe, of which we are meant to be in alignment to. And so when we listen to music in 432, it sends that vibration one more to our hearts. 440, I feel it like up here in the head. And so 432 puts our energetics back into that natural rhythm and alignment. So as much 432 Hertz music as you can listen to,
it's going to synchronize everything.
100%. Every artist, every musician that I talk to is like, do you know about 432 Hertz? Can you like retune your guitar? Can you do this? Can you do that? And some of them know about it and some of them don't.
Yeah.
And yet there are some musicians now that are bringing more awareness and doing music with 432 Hertz, and I love that because it's so important.
Exactly.
So yes, 100%. And yeah, you can go on YouTube. I think it's like recorded different. I think it's a song that was started at 440 and then I think they laid in some 432 Hertz or something like that. That's not my background, but you can go on YouTube and find some, other recorded songs that are in 432. And guys, see how you feel when you listen to it. Like I said, if I'm listening to regular 440, I feel it up here, and 432 Hertz, I feel like I can feel it in my heart and in my body.
Resonance.
The resonance, exactly.
Yes.
So cool.
Cool.
Let's see here. Hang on. Oh my God, so many good comments. Let's see. My contacts are drying out, so I'm having a hard time seeing. You guys rock. Thank you for 32.
Hey, Jasmine.
Yes. Oh, where? What did I miss?
My friend Jasmine just logged on.
Awesome. Really need some guidance. Would you have words for me, please? Okay, but guidance on what, baby? Let's see. I don't feel connected with my thoughts and feelings. What do you think that is? Like my mind is blank. You're depersonalizing. So, do some meditations or maybe listen to some 432 Hertz music or something like that you need to do work on bringing your awareness to your heart and feeling. You're saying you're not connected with your feelings. There's a fear there that's having you depersonalize from whatever that is. Maybe it's the fear of feeling.
Yep.
Whatever you pain or anything that may come up for you. But the other side of once you can dive into your feelings, the other side of that is freedom. So sometimes we don't always like to feel things that don't feel good, and yet those are our lessons, and those deserve love, and getting connected to that. So I would say maybe do a memory, track it, close your eyes and do a memory of a time that you felt love and compassion, and kind of open the gates to your cellular memory of those feelings. But yeah, not being afraid of emotions. There's something that you're making that mean, and I don't know what that is exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, I would do some meditation on that. Do you have anything to say on that one?
No, I think you covered it.
Cool. Do you want to do a question on your side?
Let's do it.
We're almost. Oh my God, the time flies in here.
It does fly. I blocked my ex. We were in touch not consistently. I blocked so I can heal. I feel she had the power, so I had to take it back. Her birthday is Friday. Should I tell her happy birthday? We were in good terms. I just don't want to heal. I don't know. I just wanted to heal. Okay, we were on good terms. I just wanted to heal.
Take your space.
So the first thing is, you guys, we need to reframe what it means to take your power back. Because if you block someone to then take your power back from them, you're still playing in that game of dysfunction.
Right.
You have all the power you need within.
Yeah.
So if someone takes your power, you took a lesson. If someone took your power, they gave you a lesson.
Right.
So it's go inside and refuel from within.
And nobody has the ability to take your power.
No.
You either choose to give it to them, or not give it to them.
Why would you want to take something back that you weren't supposed to have? Right? If you gave something away out of unconsciousness or disempowerment, why would you want that back? It's let them have it. Let them keep it, whatever that was.
Right.
And take the lesson, because that's
thinking that then you
valuable.
don't have it within you, that you're not resourceful enough to then finding that power again within you. And you are resourceful for that.
So you blocking her and then wondering if you should wish her happy birthday is a little contradictory. I would say, if you're going to block, going back to committing to something, if you're going to block, go all the way.
All out.
But if you're not, if you're thinking about wishing her happy birthday, it's almost like you're self-inflicting pain.
Right.
And we don't want to do that. It's not kind to the soul.
Yeah.
And
if you need to heal, then just take your time to heal.
Right.
And then not be thinking about whatever she's doing or whatever. That's your time and your space that you need to honor. And so if that means not wishing her a happy birthday, I mean, if you're healed by next year, she's going to have a birthday next year.
Yep, exactly.
So take your time and be true to whatever you need to do for you. But yeah, just not, if at all there's any projection of okay, I'm going to block you so that then,
and then that may ruin her day. She's been blocked.
That's a good point.
And then you come back around and wish her happy birthday. It could affect her day negatively. So we want to be, encompassing of everyone's experience.
And what is best for them and what they need for them.
Absolutely. Someone said, well, this is a follow-up. You said follow spirit. What if it keeps you in a toxic relationship? Again, it's not your spirit keeping you in a toxic relationship. It's you. It's the part of you that thinks that you're not adequate enough to fill yourself with love. And so I would right now keep away from that relationship and do the shadow work, really go into those deep layers of your being and work on yourself. Guided meditations, going on walks in nature, hugging a tree if you have to. Do whatever you need to do to get your fulfillment without seeking that in someone else right now. I feel like you're that someone else.
Toxic relationships are toxic because they, the behavior within them has a tendency to trigger your deepest wounds. And in triggering your deepest wounds, then all of your inadequacy, feelings, thoughts, all the emotional wounds that you had from when you were little, everything comes up from them. So it's a really great, again, opportunity to go in and give love to whatever those emotions are that are coming up. And if your spirit is saying, leave the relationship, know that or excuse me, let me say it, that your spirit would be telling you to leave the relationship. The ego that is getting something from triggering those wounds, that's what wants to have you stay in that toxic relationship.
It's a virus that uses a host. Like, that's how viruses spread, is they find a host, and then if you take the bait on, the thoughts that they send you or whatever,
right,
then you're feeding the virus and it spreads.
Yeah, and it's addictive too.
Yeah, of course it's addictive.
It can be, because it's then
it's gratifying.
What do you oh my god, I can't think of it. When emotional codependency. It's all rooted in emotional codependency.
And that releases certain chemicals in the brain, 100%. And we get completely hooked on those.
Yeah. So find out what you're getting out of it. So we always have, we call it a payoff, right?
Yep.
You're always getting something. Even if it's abusive, even if it's toxic, you're staying in the relationship because you believe that you're getting something.
Exactly.
Even if that something is, you get to remain the victim, and then the victim gets to complain, right? That can be something that you're getting. If you're somebody that wants to continue complaining about it and going to your friends and saying, how come I, this terrible person, and then that's always projecting onto them rather than doing your own inner work on it.
Yes.
So get out of that cycle, take responsibility and accountability for how you're showing up and whatever it is triggering within you, and then get the fuck out.
Yeah, bounce.
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 Good stuff tonight.
Good.
I know. We're almost done.
We Holy have crap. Like a minute, I think.
I know we do. All right, let's maybe do one more over here.
Thank you for tuning in, you guys.
I know, you guys are so amazing.
Go into nature, yes.
Go into nature, yes. Alone, yeah. Like, appreciate a little alone time. Self-love, stronger, yes, exactly.
Follow the path of least resistance, too. Like, if something's toxic, you're not exactly doing that. So, following the path, much resistance. Nature's not going to create much resistance. Nature is like the wind at your back. It loves you.
Totally.
So, like, and doing things for yourself. So, keep following the peace.
Right.
And moving away from what causes disharmony.
Yes. Sarah, can you guide us to the perfect cat eyeliner? You're amazing. Liquid liner, babies. Let's see, releases stress. Oh, that's it. Mona said, yeah, it releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Exactly. Like the negative emotions do.
Yes.
So exactly. And that's the same thing that we get from going to work out.
And
So go
the
work
negative
out.
Emotions would eventually take a toll on your body. Because
100%.
it's
they
low.
Stay in there
what
and
it is it's an energy of low consciousness that's being deposited in the body and eventually grows like your crop would.
Totally.
Okay, and then will then physicalize in your body as disease and all that. So usually when we start with these things, we don't feel them, we don't get disease, we don't get all these ailments because it's still in the form of energy. And eventually what happens is that energy manifests in your body as disease. And you're like, oh my God, now I need to address this. And sometimes it's like, no, like you're being alerted all the time.
Yeah.
Those red flags, like the toxic relationships, like the universe is constantly informing you on what you need to move away from.
Yeah.
And so do that and follow that inner instruction manual before you get diseased.
Happiness. And it's bringing up a good point too. And this was something that you and I had a conversation on, but I feel like
and I just got something. I'm so sorry. Dis-ease. Like do what's easy.
Yeah.
Or else you're going to invite disease.
Oh yeah.
Disease. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. But something that's important that I just kind of want to share with you guys is in 2 minutes. Okay, so if you think about our timelines, right? And time is not linear, time is layered on top of itself. So if you have a negative experience that happened at this point last year, then by the next year, you're going to come back over that same point and all those same emotions are going to come up again because it's in your cellular memory. Yeah. Exactly, in your emotional memory. So what we're saying by follow more bliss and making those decisions to then following your true alignment and following spirit is because then every year whatever emotional experience that was traumatic and that was bottled up, you can release. Yes, it's either going to come up and then you're going to have the same experience that following year. So if you just go within, transmute all of it, and then the next year you don't have that negative emotion with it, and then each moment going around for 365 days, like
Yes.
you get more happiness out of the whole year because
Exactly.
you're not layering negative emotional experiences.
And that goes back to all the other timelines.
100%.
All those timelines, because
all of them. Yes.
every negative emotion,
everything is layered.
yeah, every negative emotion that you're experiencing points back to a trauma that you once experienced,
including karma.
Yes.
In past lives.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, 30 seconds remaining. We love you guys so much. If you're new, we do these every Tuesday.
Much love
Tune
to
in
you guys.
live. Yes, and follow The Compass, which can be found on a link on both of our pages.
Follow Sarah Delane.
Follow Feel Good.
Love you guys
We love
so
you guys
much.
so much.
Okay,
We'll
bye-bye.
see you next Tuesday.